1 second. Okay, we're gonna start. You don't mind? Okay. You're all set, Simon.
Okay, so I first want to acknowledge that public speaking does not come easily for me, so my voice shakes if the delivery is bad. I'm really sorry. It's not intentional. Okay, so as Chris said, I'm Simon. I am from Hershey, Pennsylvania. My project is on my personal development over the program. So in the last 6 months, I've grown more mentally and changed more physically than I could have ever predicted at the beginning. And what made this possible was not the places that I traveled to. It was the people that I was with. So it was the NGO workers, it was our host families, it was the amazing PLs, and it was my 13 peers, obviously. People that I would grow to trust and hold in the utmost respect. I gained a support system that I never had prior to this, but it wasn't instantaneous. In fact, it took me about halfway through the program until I really opened up to people. During Ingwe, which is where we had orientation in South Africa, I felt really discombobulated from everyone else. They were all really uninhibited and open and friendly, and that was really the polar opposite of a lot of people that I knew growing up. So I felt really out of place. And that led to me isolating myself. In the entirety of South Africa, I hung out with the group maybe twice outside of seminar, and even then I'd go off and do my own thing, probably hacky sacky. Yeah, really, South Africa was gave me a lot of time for self-reflection, which I probably needed. I was in a period of heavy emotional turmoil. In particular, coming to terms with the death of one of my friends the past April. I really thought it was something that I was like kind of destined to do on my own because I didn't feel like anyone really understood. So yeah, I really just tried to convince myself that I was happier by myself, doing my own thing. But I mean, it worked for a little bit. By the end of South Africa, it was, I really just, I couldn't maintain the lie that I was better off by myself. And all I really wanted was to feel accepted by the group and like cared for. And in India, I was roomed with 3 other guys, and I shared my thoughts and feelings with them, my frustrations, and they were really supportive. They encouraged me to branch out and talk to people, but it took a long time of convincing. I mean, I don't really think I even did that until maybe 4 weeks in, so the end of Dharamshala. And it was a slow process, baby steps. But every small talk that I had with people built up my confidence, and I really started to feel like these were people that I could get along with and that I really enjoyed being around. So things steadily improved, not that there weren't still times when something would happen that would throw me off. One specific instance being in Cambodia, where I woke up early, I went on a bike ride with some of the other members of the group, which is awesome. Like I'd never done anything like that with any of the other students. And then we went to lunch, and I had to go back to the hotel early because I had to send my South African media project to Stephen for the floating islands afterwards. And when I came back, they were all gone. So I was totally convinced that they ditched me, and that really kind of just re-amplified or like brought back all of the conclusions that I originally had that no one really wanted to have me around, and that sucked. But I luckily Ben was still at the hotel, and I went and I talked to him, and he was like, "Did you not think that maybe it was all just a mistake?" And that's actually what it turned out to be. So I'm really glad that he was there, because I was really upset for no reason. Yeah. By the end of Cambodia, I was really excited for Ecuador. So all I really knew was that we were supposed to all be in like a pretty small radius, I guess. But the problem was I had like this kind of like picturesque vision in my head where we were all in like this circular area, the houses dotted around or something, and we could all just hang out. But it turns out we were all along like one single road, and me and Graham's house was like a 25-minute walk from everybody else's. We're kind of out of the loop. But it really didn't bother me. It did at first, because that's not what I expected, but it was, I actually felt like I could have, okay, so I didn't spend as much time with the group there as I originally planned, but it was the first time where I felt like I could have gone if I wanted to, and it wouldn't have been like really, really awkward. Next kind of big moment was when we were about to meet TBB North, which was something that I was excited for it, but I was also really, really nervous because I didn't make the best impression with you guys anyway, and I thought that was going to be like Ingwe Part 2. So when they first came out, you guys were all like hugging each other or whatever. I ran away to the PL's room and I told them that I couldn't do it. And it was Jess and Chris there at the time, and Jess said, "I'll walk in with you if you want me to," and that's what we did. And yeah, it went way better. I got in the conversation with them. It went much better than I would have ever thought possible. Although that being said, it did still make me a lot more thankful that I was with TBB South, because so much better. Okay, so shortly after this, passing over Machu Picchu, because I can't really think of anything super important that happened to me there. Yeah, we returned to the U.S., which was kind of surreal, but this last week in Virginia was one of my favorite in the program. So we were all in one house together. It was like we were one big family, and it was really nice, even though there were obviously the bittersweet undertones because we don't have much time left together. And so I guess here we are. We got a couple hours left together, and I want to ensure that I do everything in my power to not forget what I've learned on this program. Like, I gotta give people a chance. I had the completely wrong idea about what you guys were like at the beginning, and subsequently South Africa was really, really lonely and really hard for me. So when I go off to college, I have to give people a chance. I can't judge them right away, because if I let how I felt at the beginning of the program dictate my actions throughout the entirety of the rest of it, I wouldn't have made friends with you guys. And you're the best friends that I've ever had in my life, and I love you guys. Thank you so much. So, questions?
I'm Sophie's mom, so I want to know like one thing that you think that you'll do, maybe that you wouldn't have done before this program when you start college, to start it off in a different way.
So I definitely want to try to converse with people more. I mean, usually what I did, or like what I do and what I did then was sit there and kind of listen to everybody talk, but it didn't work out that well. Like I used to think I could do that, get to know them, and then like and be able to talk about stuff. I honestly don't know where I'm going with this. I don't know. I just need to work on better first impressions or something.
I still have to figure out the best wordage, how I want to ask this, but do you have any thoughts about how time plays into growing as a person and when to slow down, to take time for yourself, when to push yourself? How does time work with growth?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you need a mixture of spending time with people that you're uncomfortable being around and having time to like think, like think about yourself. So I feel like I can be a pretty good judge about when I need alone time, but sometimes I only want to be alone, and I actually feel a lot better when I'm with people. So that's not something that I can give you like a complete whatever cut and dry answer on. I still have a lot of stuff to work out there. Yeah.
How did you come to be in the program?
Sorry, what did you say?
How did you come to be in the program?
Oh, well, it was actually my mom's suggestion. I mean, for a lot of high school, I was really just unmotivated to do anything, and I wasn't happy there. And I have a lot of like really like negative associations with Hershey, and my mom saw like this would be a really good way for me to get out of Hershey and do something meaningful. And I'm really glad that she suggested that. Yep.
And Demetri's mom, first I want to say you've done a marvelous job, son. I don't understand the spirit of public speaking. Second, what's next for you in terms of where are you going to go to school and what do you want to major in?
So, admittedly, I'm still not 100% sure what I want to major in. At least for the first year or semester, I'm going to a Penn State campus, Penn State Harrisburg. It's pretty near. I want to transfer after as soon as I can, either to Penn State, Maine, or if I find any other campus that I find attractive, then I have to wait and see.
How do you think you'll keep in touch with other members of your group?
Any way I can. I don't know what I would do without you guys. It's just so
When are you buying your plane ticket to visit me and Ben in California?
You have to ask my mom that if she wants to.
Is it okay? So, I've never felt that you didn't have friends. So, what do you think are the differences between these friends and friends you've had before? Is it about you, or is it about them, or is it a combination, or?
Yeah. So literally pick any member of the group, including the PLs, and I've been able to like open up more to any specific person other than really like anyone at home or any of my friends. And a lot of that's on me for not feeling comfortable, but I mean, it's just really something that just aren't okay with. Like even my best friends at home aren't super. They're not like this. It's really kind of superficial there, and obviously I wasn't hanging around with the right people. But overall, like Hershey's not a great place in my opinion.
You did great.
Thank you.
I just, this is the mother in me, of course, but do you see yourself at some point in your college career or beyond encountering someone like you and sharing your experience and maybe helping that person see things from a different perspective?
Yeah, I feel like that would be nice. I just feel like there's always someone out there who has a more compelling story, but I don't know. That's a nice idea, but I'm just not sure how influential like me doing that really would be.
I'm going to encourage you to do that.
Keep that in mind.
It's not time yet. You've done a great job of sharing your story. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Simon?